So this has to be kind of exciting for you to just be able to jump back in the lineup, be with your guys, especially with how well the team's playing.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm coming back in when the team is, like you said, playing really well, and hopefully I can just propel it even further. We'll see what happens.
You're a leader on this team. It's got to be hard. Last week, team's in Cleveland, and you're not able to be with them, and you're still dealing with this injury, which it's a physical injury, but mentally, is it challenging to just deal with it?
Yeah, it definitely can be if you let it. You feel like you are partially letting the team down because you're not playing, but you kind of have to get past that because you're not. Man. There's nothing you can do. An injury is an injury. Everyone goes through it, and when it happens to other players, you don't feel that way towards them. So you can't feel that way when it happens to you. And it's always tough watching your team play without you. But they did a great job, and like I said, hopefully I can just help us come back.
Michael Murch said a couple weeks back that he felt inspired when he was out of the lineup, just seeing how many guys, regardless of what line they were on or where they were in the ECHL or not, they were coming in and finding ways to contribute. Is that a similar feeling to you, to just see that they were winning against all odds at times?
Yeah, absolutely. I think a lot of people probably counted us out a little bit when our lineup was not poor, because we had players, like you said, that stepped in and performed the way they were, but our lineup was different than our opening day roster. Usually you think that that's a bad thing, because when you put your opening night roster out, that's what you think is the best lineup. But like you said, those players that stepped in, they performed, they found a way to play their game, and it was effective for us, and we were able to come away with some wins. So
sometimes people will look at certain points in seasons as kind of a checkpoint where the team's at. Thanksgiving is sometimes one of those. Where do you think this team is? I mean, you're right at the top of the division. Again, talking about winning against all odds. I think the Amherst are in a good position.
Yeah, we're in a great spot. I don't know where we were compared to last year, but top of the division is always something good, right? It's always good to see progress like that and see wins and points on the board. But it is a long season, and seemingly it always comes down to the last month or two in the North Division, honestly. So hopefully we can just keep putting ourselves in good positions and good spots to hopefully not have it as stressful as it has been in past years, and perform. So yeah.
Are you itching to get back out there for some power play opportunities? The team's struggled a little bit on special teams in your absence, and Appler has talked a lot about how much of a presence you bring to the net front, and how many points, even if you're not getting credit for all the points, how many you're able to add just by being out there on the man advantage.
Yeah, I don't think it's to do strictly with just myself being on the lineup. I think it just has to do with a lot of personnel change. When it comes to special teams, especially the power play, I think majority of it is chemistry and understanding who you're out on the ice with, and knowing tendencies and what they're going to do. So when you have a lineup shift around so much like ours, I think that's kind of it can be difficult to maintain that, and I think they did a great job even in my absence, and I'll say it again, hopefully all I can do is just propel it and help us out even more. So.
You said a couple moments ago how it always feels like this division comes down to the wire. What about a team like Laval? They're at the bottom of the standings right now in the North, but you played them before. What do you see when you go up against these guys?
You look at Wednesday, it came down to another overtime. I think we've played them 3 times, and 2 times came down to overtime, and we were fortunate to come out with the win. But always everyone in this division, especially Laval, they play very heavy, very fast-paced offense. All the buildings are always excited and loud and difficult environments, including our own. So you can never count a team out. You always have to give respect, even if they're at the bottom of the division, because on any given night, this is professional hockey, and their players are there for a reason, like our players are here. So can't underestimate any team, and just got to play 60 minutes. So.
They have one of the best offenses in the league. You look at like 3 guys on that team, like Gignac, Armia, Waugh. What do you guys have to do to neutralize players like that have so much skill?
Honestly, it's cliche, but it's just play our game. I think we can be a very skilled defensive team. And another, saying is just the best offense is defense, right? And, Apps tries, he prides us on anyone can play D zone for 5 to 7 seconds. It's after that you start getting issues. So as long as we can, back check hard and get some stalls and get out of the D zone quickly, you limit their opportunities, and you can't score when you're not in the O zone. So I think that's the biggest thing is managing pucks and defensive zone time, and I think shutting those guys down will just come along with that.